Oh, I don't even know if I was recording, but anyway, hey. I hope all is well in the neighborhood. Everybody doing good. I hope on this beautiful Friday morning. It's a beautiful morning. So I got out and walked to the grocery store and walked back. I always get too much groceries when I go to the store, but I work it out because I took my grocery bags and I got big grocery bags, and it's not that far of a walk. It's a little walk. It's a few blocks, but I needed the exercise, and it was good to get out and get some fresh air and sunshine this morning before the pollen got too bad. Because I just can't do the pollen. It's nasty and it's messy, and I don't want it to get in my throat. Because I used to didn't have allergies, but now lately, the last few years, my allergies have gotten worse. I don't know if it has something to do with me getting older or just the atmosphere is changing. Anyway, so I wanted to come on and talk to you guys and, drop some nuggets, speak some truth, and just, anyway, I don't want it to, I don't want, I don't, I just been getting some messages from the collective. Not nothing straight toward me, but I believe that the downloads that the collective get and share on their pages, and all the readings are collective readings pretty much, unless you get a personal reading. And so I stay tapped in. I have some favorite readers that I like to tap into. But sometimes, and then there are different readers for different levels of ascension, for the different levels of evolution that I understand that, at one point I can relate to them, a certain reader, and then later on I can't relate to them because, it's like they switched up or anyway, I don't want to be judgmental. So, that just comes a time when, everybody ain't for you all the time. Everybody ain't for you when you are at different levels of evolution. And you just have to, it's kind of like my spirit guides. My spirit guides change with the seasons, or, like when I ascend, my spirit guides change because, my spirit guides have to change to keep up with my evolution. And it's the same for readers, that I tap into. Yeah, so anyway, I'm very grateful for the collective readings that I sit in. And I'm very grateful because before transformation, I was not into it, and I wasn't into the internet, and I just, was out here, flying by the seat of my pants, they would say, the old, that saying, and just like, but then when I started my spiritual journey, I was open to a whole new world just opened up to me. You know, the world of, cause I never used the internet, like, you know, like, and I definitely ain't tech savvy. I definitely don't like tech, but I am I am really trying to get the hang of it, because the days that we live in and where Spirit is taking me, what He wants me to do, all the things that I have overcome, I'm supposed to share my testimony with the collective to help elevate the collective, you know, to help the collective to ascend into, you know, Christ consciousness, to esteem the consciousness of the collective, to lift them higher. You know, it's a collective journey. Yeah, we all have our part to play in the evolution of this world, ascension of this planet. Yeah. So I just wanted to come on and try to share some things with you guys. I've always been like a loner, and I've always been like private, very private in my personal life. But when I came on the internet, it was like, you know, anyway, I could relate to a lot of what the collective was saying in their tarot readings. I could relate to a lot of it. And it was amazing to me how much I could relate to. And it just seemed like they were talking directly to me. And I was like in awe of it. And just like today, I just be kind of like in my own world. Even though I be tapped in, I tap into spirit. And I just want to say, before I go any further, that everything I've been through, all the tests, all the trials, all the tribulations, all the spiritual depths and ascensions, and the process of evolution, the process of transformation, even my awakening. I give all praise to the Most High Spirit. I give all praise to Spirit. Had it not been for Spirit walking with me and talking with me and just protecting me with divine protection, I would not have made it, guys. I just would not have made it. I wouldn't be in front of this camera today. I wouldn't be talking to you all today. It was only by the grace and mercy of the Most High. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Most High. I give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise for walking with me and staying with me and holding my hand and just keeping me 10 steps ahead of the opposition and the adversary, the opposer of my faith. And so I just love Spirit. And I'm very, very grateful to Spirit for my life, my breath, the air around me, the cells in my body that, operate like they're supposed to operate and keep my body healthy and strong. I appreciate the cells. I appreciate everything. And I just wanted to say, now that I'm on the subject of gratitude, I just want to say that it's very important for, us to show gratitude. I mean, I thank Spirit daily, every day, all day. I mean, there's always something to thank Spirit for. If you're eating, you're drinking, you're sleeping, you got shelter, you out in nature, you're walking, it's always something you can thank Spirit for. I mean, like, non-stop. And that's very important to the consciousness of the collective, to carry a spirit of gratitude. And that's far most important to me. I wake up in the morning before I put my feet on the floor, and I begin to show gratitude to Spirit for protecting me during the night and waking me up. And I'm in my right mind, and I can think for myself, and I don't need help getting out of bed or doing my daily ADLs or whatever I plan to do for the day. I can think, I can move, I can breathe, I can stand, I can move, I can walk, I can talk, I can hear, I can see. All those things that we take for granted. And just when I go outside and I look up at the sky and I look up at the tall, pretty trees and I hear the birds singing in the trees, and I look for them, but I never, most of the time I can't see them, but I hear them, and I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful, and I express my gratitude for nature and the trees and the birds, and I can hear the sounds, and I can see, and I can feel, and I can touch. I'm very grateful for all the many, many blessings, for all the many, many spiritual gifts that I have, and I'm very grateful to Spirit, and I if we all do this collectively, as a collective, these things are what elevates, the ascension of the collective, and I wanted to do my part, even though, I've had to overcome many obstacles about, getting on camera and speaking to the public from this platform, just to do my part to raise the consciousness of the collective. It hasn't been an easy task, but I thank Spirit for those of you that have encouraged me to come forth, and I really appreciate it, and I wanted to say thank you and show gratitude. And I think that was the most important message that I could give to the collective, to start with, to begin with. And I just want to thank you for listening, for tapping in, and give me a like, make a comment, and share. And I think that's all I'm going to say for now. And I hope you have a bliss-filled day. And I'll talk to you later, okay?